My name is Kevin Ray, and you're listening to Truckers and Others. Welcome to an unexpected Saturday edition of Truckers and Others. My job that I was supposed to do today got canceled, so I ended up working tonight. I went in at 5, and it is now 11 o'clock, and I'm headed home. Saturday night in Kansas City. What is today? The 25th? I'm not even sure what. Yeah, the 25th. There is an insane storm rolling in that has a lot of wind power. So, and I knew it was coming in, and we were hurrying and trying to get out of get our job done quickly, which was just sucking with the vac truck. That's what I drove out today. All I had to do was suck out a pit, just drop a hose in the pit, and suck it out, and that went well. And then I had to do a confined space rescue. Well, I didn't have to do a rescue, but I had to be on standby for a rescue. The people that did this job, same people now, but they got in trouble because they had a guy down in a confined space with no harness, no lifeline, no nothing. Even though it's a pit it's a big concrete room underneath a car wash, and there's really no danger underneath there. But it's not designed for occupancy for an extended period of time or whatever. So it's a confined space, and you're supposed to have, even though there's a ladder and it's only like 8 foot down, I think, the guy that goes down there has to have a harness with a tripod hooked up at all times. It's really more of a pain in the ass than it's doing anything. So, anyways, we did the one pit and we had to do another pit. But the second pit, I didn't have to suck any liquid from. I just had to do it from the first and then dump on site, which is nice. Got that all done, and I kept an eye on the radar, and I'm like, man, if we could get done early, that'd be great. So I don't have to drive. Like, I already have to drive through a storm, but I was like, I don't want to have to drive through the entire storm. And now it's like, once it starts raining, which I'm driving into the rain, it's going to be fucking insane. But there are like 70-mile-an-hour winds on the front of this storm that I'm currently driving in right now. Everybody on the highway looks like they're drunk because everybody's getting blown around on the highway. But yeah, this is fucking crazy. This is like it's so dusty out here. You don't realize how dusty it is until the wind is just blowing it all around. So yeah, our yard, as I was leaving, I get the truck parked. I have to walk all the way because they I don't know why they're being stingy about this, but they don't want us parking all the way down at the back end of our lot anymore. There goes the police for something. Something's going on over there. So I was like, fine, I'll just walk it. Not a big deal. And I walked it. I got to my car, and I exchanged a few words with one of my coworkers there, just talking about the job and stuff. And I was like, all right, well, let's get the fuck out of here. And as I turn around, I see the wind has just started, and it was blowing a giant cloud of gravel dust from our lot. It was like an insane amount. Like, you couldn't see anything. I was like, oh shit. And I hurried up and got in my car and drove out. But then we have to shut the gate, and one of our gate is a sliding gate, half of it is, and the other is a swinging gate. So you got to match them up right there in the middle. And we opened up the sliding gate because usually the swinging gate stays right where it needs to be, and it's just easier to slide the gate. And dude, I was like, other guy that was with me, he was pulling out of the lot. I was like, please, Lord, stop and help me. Because it would have been a fucking hassle. Well, not that big of a hassle, but it would have. A chain link fence collects a lot of wind. Not gonna lie. It collects a lot of fucking wind. You wouldn't think, but it does. And, yeah, he stopped and help me get that. But we were just standing there in a giant dust cloud. I'm like, this is fucked. Getting my car and I'm driving out. And yeah, it just everything is getting blown around. A giant vacuum is just going over Kansas City right now. It's fucking insane. Um, and now, I don't know. I don't know if it's starting to sprinkle, so now I'm going to have high winds and rain that I'm going to be driving in, and I just figured this might be a good time to start recording. What did I do today? I woke up last night. Just went home. I got some Hawaiian Brothers. It was delicious, and tried their huli chicken or whatever the fuck it was. Not a fan. I like the luau pig. Okay, I'm a luau pig boy. Their fucking pork is so fucking good. And it's like the only pork they have, and everything else is fucking chicken. Their cuts of chicken is good. I don't know. I'm not a fan of like all that other stuff they got. And the rice and macaroni. Oof, it's delicious. And then I went home and just didn't do anything. And then I was trying to get her to watch this movie. What is it called? It's with Gerard Butler. We watched the trailer. Why can't I think of the name? Gerard Butler, and it's like the end of the world. There's like an asteroid coming across. Because she was talking about moving to Florida. She really wants to move to Florida really bad. And I'm like, yeah, right where we would probably move in Florida. I don't know. I just don't want to move there because I saw a thing in a movie once. And there's this movie with Gerard Butler, and they're supposed to, on the news, they say, oh, you just look in the sky and you're going to see particles of this asteroid that broke apart in our atmosphere zooming by. And a giant chunk of it hit Central Florida and just fucked it up. And it was like, oh shit! And then everybody's freaking out. And Gerard Butler and his family were chosen as basically an essential employee. So, because he's in construction or some shit like that. So they got a ticket to go to the that's what it's called. It's called Greenland. They go to Greenland, and there's a bunker there or something. And it's a fucking intense movie. Like, it's fucking intense. It's awesome. I love that movie. I've watched it like 4 times. And I was trying to get my wife to watch it. She's like, I feel like I've watched it before. Like, watch it again. She's a person that can't watch a movie twice. She can play movies multiple times for the kids. Moana, Frozen, Despicable Me. Yeah, the kids are in love with those movies. They'll just watch those every single time, every day. But my wife, for her watching a movie, it's a one and done. She's like, seen it, done it, don't want to do it again. No matter how good the movie is, it's weird. And I'm like, dude, I could watch Joe Dirt like every other day for the rest of my life and still be entertained. Smoking the Bandit, I could watch any of them. I mean, some are better than others, but I still like them all. The Dukes of Hazzards movie, that one's fucking awesome. Old School. There's a bunch of those fucking movies that I could just watch all the fucking time. And yeah, apparently Greenland is one of them because it's like a super realistic apocalyptic movie. Well, not super realistic because it's like, I don't know. I guess it could be realistic if that really happened. That would be realistic, but none of that's ever happened. So I guess it's not super realistic, but and I don't know. We fulfilled our marital duties, and then I fell asleep, and I woke up at 7 exactly, and then I kind of lounged around for a while, and then I woke up the wife and said, "You want to go to Big Biscuit? It's a chain restaurant. I don't know if it's everywhere, but it's out here." Went to the Big Biscuit, got a fucking delicious, I don't know, it was a Benedict, but it was like a cowboy Benedict or some shit. I don't know. It had a bunch of like chicken fried steak on a biscuit with bacon and gravy, and the Benedict. I guess the Benedict part was on there too. I don't know. I just ate the whole fucking thing real fucking fast, and drank a bunch of coffee, and then went and got some other stuff done. Went to the car wash, and I rarely ever wash my wife's car like by hand. Well, not by hand, but like with the wand instead of just taking it through the auto car wash or whatever. But those never do a good, like those would do a good job if your car was basically clean, and then you take it through there, and then it's cleaner. But like the grime and grit that's on my wife's car ain't coming off in the fucking auto wash. Not the first time, at least. You'd have to go through a couple of times. And I don't want to be that fucking douchebag that goes like, yeah, there's a dirt spot here still. So can I go through again? My buddies growing up, there was this one car wash, and they would do that every fucking time. They would smear mud. They would drive around inside and smear mud on it or whatever, and pull back in there, and be like, "Can I go again?" And they always would. But I'm not gonna be that fucking guy. It's car wash. It's done. Let's get the fuck out of here. It's not gonna be a full detailed job going through these, especially touchless. But now we're actually getting into the storm part. I mean, the other part, yeah. I mean, I guess that's part of the storm. It's just wind, though, just high winds. But according to the radar that I looked at earlier, the radar it was hitting my house when I left my shop, and I am halfway to my house right now, over halfway to my house. So I should be getting into the front of the storm here, which now it's starting to rain. It really sucks because my car has no AC, and it's still 73 degrees out and humid. So I don't want to. I got my windows cracked right now, but anyways, ate a Big Biscuit and then washed the car, and I thought we did something else. I don't know. We picked up the kids, went to my mom's house, went to Momo's house, picked up the kids, and I didn't see them last night because I was working really late last night. They were already asleep by the time I got home. Or no, she dropped them off at Grandma's house last night at 5, so I wasn't able to see them because I didn't even get to the shop until 7:30. So yeah, yesterday was that was a rough one. Just not It was just rough because I'm like, my mind is getting burnt out because I'm trying to I'm like, I know how to run these goddamn vac trucks, and there's got to be something abnormal happening here. Why it took 3.5 hours to fucking load this goddamn truck. There's something weird going on. And must have been the fucking hoses. I don't know. But that is done. It is done with. I don't have to think about it again. If they call me out to do that job again, I'll probably still bring 2-inch and try it out. Maybe one of those hoses was just fucked up from the get-go, and I would rather just do it with 2-inch. But I'll bring 3-inch also, just in case. Um, just in case the 2-inch is still fucking up. Maybe I can try the 3-inch, and if I'm still having issues with the 3-inch, then something's just too fucked up, and we're gonna have to figure something out, because I don't know what the fuck is happening. Well, yeah, I don't know what the fuck part of the storm, if I'm still working my way into the storm, but the storm is now to the east of me, and it was moving from west to east, and I'm driving south, so the storm is to the east of me. So I don't know if I'm coming into the storm. I guess this is the top of the storm that I'm coming into. But luckily I got new wipers. My old wipers, there was no blade on them. It was just like the blade had ripped off, and it was just the jagged part of the flat spot that hooks to the actual wiper thing. And they would work in spots, so I kept them on there. But I was like, I ain't buying new wipers. And then I ended up going. My brother was at the shop one day, and with his car, and I was thinking about taking his wipers off and putting them on my car, and putting my wipers on his car. As kind of a funny joke, I would not steal them or whatever. But he caught me mid-act. He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm taking your fucking wipers." He's like, "Here, take my old ones." I'm like, "Why do you have old ones?" He's like, "I put new ones on." I'm like, "Why do you have the old ones though? Like, why would you not just throw them away?" He's like, "'Cause they're still good." Oh my gosh, that was a strong lightning strike. He said, "No, they're still good. I just wanted new ones." And these are the single, like the bow blade ones, where it's like the flat blade that's just curved. And he switched to the old school fucking mechanical looking ones. And I'm like, what is going on here, buddy? Why would you switch out your nice wipers for some shitty new wipers? I don't know. I quit asking questions, and I said, I will accept those gladly. Now, one of them is 1 inch shorter than my original wiper, but you know what? We're got most of it. Mine are 21s, his are 20s, or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, picked up the kids, took them home. Well, we stopped off at the McDonald's, had some McDonald's. I don't know, just easy for the kids. But we ate inside McDonald's, which is a rarity, and it's nice because all the mess stays there. We don't leave a mess anywhere, but all the trash and stuff got picked up, and I was able to get my sweet tea, and then once I finished it, I was able to fill it up with like the Fanta or the High C or whatever the fuck it was, orange juice, whatever that fucking orange soda stuff is. And then, so the kids were able to get a drink too. And we didn't have to buy a bunch of fucking cups. Then we went home. We just drove home. Nothing special going on there. Drove home, and kids fell asleep on the way. So took them inside and put them in bed. And then I took a little power nap on the couch. And then I kept waking up like every 5 minutes, looking at the clock. I'm like, fuck, I gotta get going. God damn it. 4:30 rolled around, or 4:20 rolled around. I was like, all right, I gotta fucking go. And uh-oh. Trooper coming down onto the highway. I'm I'm just gonna slow down a little bit in case he is coming down here. I can't tell right now. He's coming out on the highway. I don't know. He had his lights flashing. Now he's got them off. I don't know. He's just in a hurry to get somewhere. Oh yeah, I saw a fucking takeover out here. It was. I'm gonna roll these windows up so it's not so fucking loud. As I was coming into work today, so yeah, I woke up and then it was time to go. So I got dressed, petted the dogs. Everybody else was asleep, so just kind of left them there and got in my car and took off. And right as I came out on the highway and I was driving, and then I see like a traffic jam on the southbound side, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? It was probably 300 kids on dirt bikes and ATVs and street bikes and anything. And they had the entire highway blocked and shut down, and they were all getting off on the exit that I was passing. And I was like, because I was headed northbound, I was like, oh shit. Luckily they're stopping there. They're not going any further south. But then I was like, oh shit, they might be doing a big U-turn and coming back up the highway, and I don't want them motherfuckers coming up and calling me a fag through my window or something. Don't need any of that going on. So I kept my head on a swivel, but I don't know what the fuck. I don't know where they went, what they did. I saw a lot of cop cars headed that direction, so I'm hoping. I don't know what I'm hoping. I was a kid and I drove my dirt bike on the street. I did. I like to think that I was more responsible, and I never ran from the cops or anything like that. I was just trying to get from point A to point B is what I was doing, and the street was this easiest way to do that. Now I did get pulled over a couple of times with my dirt bike, but the cops are usually I mean back then, and when it's just one or two of you, but I don't know, when it's a group of you and you're on the highway with a four-wheeler, like, okay, you're going to jail, buddy. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. But and I don't know, I remember watching this one video of the takeover guys. I don't know where they were, but there was a car there, and they just start beating the shit out of this car, and one kid hops up and blows out the rear window of this car, and a black chick gets out of the car, and she is just like crying. She's just like, "Are you idiots? You fucks!" And then she opens her back door and she grabs her little kid out of the back seat, and I'm like, "Oh, you broke a window over a baby, and you're riding around on your stupid little fucking motorcycle and your ATVs." Doing a bunch of dumb shit, and you just want to destroy somebody's car with their baby inside. Like, you fucks, dude. You guys are so fucking dumb. Like, I can't support that at all. You guys running around on your fucking motorcycles and shit just bugs the fuck out of me, okay? And you guys do some real damage out there. Now, I didn't see these guys doing any damage, but I mean, there was definitely a traffic jam and all these fucking kids on ATVs. Like, it's pretty fucking annoying. And anybody that drives a semi is just daydreams as they're watching that, something like that go down. They're just like, man, I just wanna through it. I just through it and just keep on going, buddy. But anybody's luck would be they get fucking hung up on a goddamn Yamaha. they get their tires all stuck up on a fucking Kawasaki, and then what are you gonna do? Well, I don't know what the fuck is going on over here. There's a tree limb down right there, a small tree limb, and it doesn't seem there's another tree limb. Hopefully none of these tree limbs are blocking my road, but it seems pretty quiet where I'm at right now, and I'm getting kind of close to my house. So I don't know. It seems quiet. It looks like what the bad part rolled through, and I'm not going to get soaked when I get out of my car, which is kind of nice. Well, I don't want to speak too soon. Um, but want to just say thank you for riding home with me, listening to me ramble on about some stuff. Did not plan on recording today, but what's it gonna hurt? Um, um, yeah, I don't know. I think we're pretty good here. Oh man. Yep. And then the job that I went to today went well. Nothing bad happened. I got to work with a guy I usually never work with. Had a couple good chats with him. He knows about cars because he like would fix them up and sell them and stuff a lot back in the day. But he doesn't. I don't know if he knows much about Chevy trucks because he's like, oh man, yeah, I want to get me another Cheyenne. Like, you want the trim package of a Cheyenne or what? He's like, no, I want it Cheyenne, so it's 4-wheel drive. I'm like, well, I hate to break it to you, buddy, but a Cheyenne could be both. But I don't know. He's a cool guy. Anyways, I made it. I'm gonna talk to you all later. Y'all have a great day and keep all 18 down. I'm gonna stop it here.